Choo-choo, said Gordon. The island of Sodor is a busy, bustling place. Choo-choo, said Young Bao. There's lots of things to do. Choo-choo. One morning, Thomas and Gentile were on their way to the yard, but when the Topham Hatt came to see them, the fishermen are celebrating their biggest catch of fish ever. Thomas and Gentile, you two must help Arthur to take the fish to the docks. Thomas and Gentile were fed up. They didn't like the smell of fish. And when they got to the fishing village, there were lots of freight cars, all stacked full of fish. Thomas and Gentile had never seen so many fish. Phew, said Thomas. What a horrible smell, said Gentile. Hi, Arthur, said Thomas. This is my brother, Gentile. Hello, Gentile, said Arthur. Thomas told me all about you. Hi, said Gentile. Then Arthur arrived. Arthur warned Thomas and Gentile that the route to Blenheim docks was bumpy. Only take 5 freight cars at a time, said Arthur. And go slow and steady. Arthur carefully collected 5 freight cars. Then he puffed slowly out of the harbor. Thomas and Gentile looked at all the freight cars full of fish. He didn't want to go slow and steady. He wanted to get the smelly job over with. So Thomas and Gentile shunted all the freight cars in a long line. And they puffed out of the fishing village. The freight cars were heavy and smelly, but Thomas and Gentile were pleased that their job would soon be over. But then the troublesome trucks decided to have some fun. The truck and the new Thomas and Gentile teased gently. So no good. And the fish they said, I wish we took in fewer freight cars. Thomas and Gentile puffed hard. They pushed the long line of freight cars up the hill. He started to puff down the other side. Thomas and Gentile were trying to go slow. They wanted to go faster. On. Thomas and Gentile. James were at the bottom of the hill. They were waiting for the signal. They didn't know that Thomas and Gentile were coming down the hill. Thomas and Gentile was out of control. Thomas and Gentile braked as hard as they could, but the freight cars of fish were too heavy. Oops, said Thomas and Gentile. Sorry. Salty and James was covered in fish. Never mind me, Hearty, said Salty. The smell remind me of the sea. Me too, said Salty. Me too, said James. Thomas and Gentile's driver, and soon Harvey was cleaning up the tracks. Thomas and Gentile wondered what the top of the hat would say. He found out soon enough. You guys have caused confusion and delay, says the Topham Hatt. You must learn to be more safe. Even instead of, yes sir, sorry sir, they said. Instead of taking 5, you 2 will take 2. What? So this time, Thomas and Gentile shunted only 2 freight cars. They took a deep breath and they chuffed away. Collie came to put James back on the tracks. Thomas and Gentile puffed through the countryside. We'll get onto the docks on time. But the troublesome trucks were up to the old tricks. Hold back, they giggled. But this time, there were only 5 trucks. Thomas and Gentile biffed and bashed and bumped. Thanks, Collie, said James. You're welcome. And the trucks were troublesome even more. As soon as they delivered the first freight car, they went back to collect the next two. Their coupling smelled with kippers, and their cabin smelled with cars. But they were working so hard, they forgot all about the smell. At last, they had one more to take. But it was nearly time for the ship to leave. Thomas and Ginty raced as fast as they could. Their axles ached and their buffers were bashed, but they got to the docks just in time. Thomas and Ginty were very happy to say goodbye to the fish. Then Sir Topham Hatt came to see them. I know you two don't like the smell of fish, but you two have worked very hard. Sir Topham Hatt said, you two are really our useful engines. Thomas and Ginty was proud. But they still had the smell of fish in their funnels, and they couldn't wait to be clean. So they puffed off to the wash stand. Arthur, James, and Salty were already there. Getting clean was lovely. Puff Arthur.
Best part of the day.
Best part of the day, said Salty. I agree, said James. Especially when you smell of fish, said Ginty. Yeah, said Thomas.